All right, everybody, welcome back to Walks in Wall Street. Today is September 2nd, second day of September, 2023. It's roughly 9:03 p.m., and we are live all the way from the west side. A little bit of a different scenery here, right? Got a little bit of road rage action. It's par for the course from Manhattan. West 41st Street, 11th Avenue. This is actually right outside of the MTA. It's one of their main headquarters here. But I wanted to start off the stream here because look at that view. It's a pretty unreal view, right? Empire State Building looks great. Now, the color scheme on the Empire was red, white, and blue, which is my favorite color scheme. Probably like top two. Around the holidays, Christmas time, it's also looking really nice. But anyway, it's Saturday, and it's Labor Day weekend. So I want to wish everybody a very happy, healthy, relaxing Labor Day weekend. Hopefully you all have some fantastic plans for the weekend. Pretty much before we go back to reality, and reality sets in, everybody comes back to the city, everybody goes back to work, everybody's back in the office, and business should probably pick up significantly. I'm not too sure what we should do tonight. I really want to go all the way to the West Village. Maybe check out Greenwich Village as well. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city, and I think it's going to be pretty lively. You know, a Saturday night in the Village, specifically on Labor Day weekend, should be rocking. So maybe we'll do that. So let me do this. I'll turn my phone on Do Not Disturb so we don't get any calls. I'll say hello to everybody in the chat, and we will get started. So allow me 1 second, and I'm just going to close up the laptop, and we'll get started. Give me one moment. It's a pretty unique shot with the horse going by, right? Look at that. Very, very cool. Okay, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Let's see who we got. We have Brian is here. What's up, Brian? Good to see you as always. Danielle is here. Says good evening, watching from Connecticut. Thanks for joining us. Rob H is here. A-Scan, welcome, welcome. Tug Carter says, hey Tom, glad you're live tonight. I also enjoyed your pre-recorded video from Soho. Yeah, you know, I've been getting a lot of emails from you guys, and I do read all the emails. I may not respond right away, but I appreciate the feedback. And one of the main feedback points for the stream is that, number one, people love it, which I'm very happy about. You know, I try to do my best to give you guys, you know, content that is not only educational but very collaborative and entertaining at the same time. But a lot of people have said that they want to see New York. We can't do the live streams during the day for obvious reasons, mainly because I'm working. But I will, from time to time, get as much footage and upload walking tours from some of my favorite neighborhoods, in addition to the property tours. So DC322 is here. Says, hey Tom, what's up? Martin says, is this live or is it just the chat? Just the chat is live. DM, what's up? Says, hey Tom and everybody, good to see you. My good friend Sunshine After Rain, the one and only, our favorite moderator, one of the many. Good to see you. Now, we're all the way on the west side tonight. This is West 40th Street. In a couple blocks, we're actually going to hit the Jacob Javits Center. Very, very low pedestrian traffic the further west and the further east you go, particularly on the weekends, right? A lot of the pedestrian traffic is solidified towards Times Square, 34th Street, and down in the Village, which is where we're going to go tonight. Amazing shot of the Empire State Building. A very unique shot, too. Very, very seldom on the live stream are you able to see the Empire State Building from this angle. So I'm excited about that. British Gray from Tampa, Florida. What's up? Austin City Limits. Thanks for joining. Another great moderator. Thank you for being here tonight on this gorgeous night in New York City, my friends. Cindy Foley is here. What's up? Battery Grams, welcome. Welcome to the West Side. Fascinating. Richard Vogel and Lance. Says, hey, Tom and everybody. Right now, oh, you're at the restaurant on Wall Street. Very cool. Well, enjoy your meal, enjoy your dinner. Most importantly, enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Now, I saw somebody in the chat say that they just started their master's program in cybersecurity. What an accomplishment. That's amazing. Now, we've been talking about cybersecurity, I mean, almost every single stream. It is a really expanding industry, right? Not only from an investment standpoint, but from a career standpoint too. We always talk about, you want to look at the total addressable market of anything you do, particularly from an investment standpoint. But not only that, if you're looking for a good career, obviously you want to go into something that's probably going to be around for quite some time, right? And cybersecurity, unfortunately, so, right, depending on who you ask, those jobs are going to be in demand for a long, long time, right? As the internet expands, as cloud computing expands, and as AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning expands, well, guess what? So are cyber crimes and cyber criminals and attacks. So we need top talent in cybersecurity to combat those malicious threats. So I think it's a great career opportunity. Notice on the West Side, you see all of these ultra luxury high rises popping up. This is all new. So everything that you're seeing here until the Hudson Yards, pretty much about 7 years on and brand new. You have a brand new luxury senior living facility here. This all used to be, I'm trying to adjust the brightness, there's so many lights. But this all used to be very industrial. I think this is a pretty good example. Like, this is what it used to be. A lot of horse stables, a lot of auto body shops, collision shops, auto repair. That's what essentially this main drag here used to be by the Jacob Javits Center. So it's kind of crazy to see this change in real time. You also have another luxury apartment going up here. Look at that. Hey, Connie, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Welcome. Joseph Hardaway says, for sure. Jay Sully says, I never knew IT audit was a thing. Absolutely. Indeed it is. Empire State Building one more time. Gary Carpenter, good to see you. Martin says, I like these videos live streaming New York. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Ali Star says, evening Tom and chat. It's relatively early tonight. Yeah, we tried our best to start on time. I think we were actually late again, but anyway. Now this is the Jacob Javits Center. So there's a lot of events, different conventions that goes on here. I think there's actually a couple coming up. Comic-Con is always here. A bunch of other stuff and events are usually taking place right here at the Jacob Javits Center. Now, I'll tell you a quick, interesting story about this building to your right, the Javits Center, which is right here on West 36th Street. Now, if you take it all the way back, way back in the day, before pretty much any of this was built, before the Jacob Javits Center was built, that's a great shot of the Empire State Building and the New Yorker hotel sign. So you have New Yorker and the Empire State Building in one. Let me actually zoom in on that. That is such a cool shot. Look at that. Whoa. That is a sick shot, guys. Sorry for the distraction, but I think you would all agree that was a pretty cool shot. So anyway, before the Javits Center was built, I want you all to picture 59th Street Columbus Circle for a moment, okay? Can we do that? 59th Street Columbus Circle, right where the now Deutsche Bank Towers is, right? Remember from our streams, Deutsche Bank used to be down on Wall Street. It was the only last standing bulge bracket investment bank that was on the physical street of Wall Street at 60 Wall Street. Well, they vacated the building and actually took over the Time Warner Centers, which obviously is now called Deutsche Bank Tower. But before that, right, before the Related Properties Group built the AOL Time Warner Center, it was actually one of the main convention centers in Manhattan. Now, it is the Javits Center. So here's the problem. Here's what happened. When they built and started construction on the building to my right, the Javits Center, I'll try to give you guys a look inside for those of you who have not been in here. When they started and completed construction on this building right here, the other convention center that sat where the AOL Time Warner Centers was, well, that went out of business and it was closed down, and it was vacant for many years. Now, I'm not sure if many of you could picture that, but it's true. That little roundabout at Columbus Circle was not a good area. It was dangerous, there was lots of homeless, there was drugs, it was run down, and right outside of the broken down and old convention center, it was actually used as a bus stop to take people to and from jail in upstate New York to visit their loved ones and family and friends in prison. Yeah, think about that. Now, at Columbus Circle, Central Park South, that is some of the most expensive and prime real estate in the entire world. A stone's throw away, you have Central Park Tower, 220 Central Park South, 157 Steinway Tower. And it all changed when Related Properties purchased that convention center, put plans in for the city for those two dual towers, which is a multi-use building, right? Most notable, you have the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, which is a 5-star luxurious hotel. That's in the North Tower. In the tower most southern, it's actually residences that have multi-million-dollar apartment buildings and condominiums. And then you have shopping, you have retail, and you also have some office, which now Deutsche Bank, which is a German bank, resides. So it's kind of crazy, the story, just how one little building such as the Javits Center could impact that entire neighborhood. Anyway, thought I'd tell you that quick story. Hey, Ukrainian Royal, what's up? Says hello, Tom. Hope you're having a good night. Went fishing this evening and caught 4 fish. I came back and looking forward to watching your live stream. Well, thank you for your generous donation. And I'm so happy and so thrilled that your Labor Day weekend is off to a fantastic, fantastic start. D. Wood, I don't like to answer any personal questions about my finances. I really want to point this out though. Right here on the corner of West 34th Street and 11th Avenue is the Megabus headquarters. Now, I cannot stand the Megabus, but the Megabus is very cheap. It's like $1 sometimes. You can take it from New York City, pretty much all up and down the East Coast, and the ticket prices are very, very cheap. But this is where they pick up all of the the people that want to take the Megabus. And over here, it is extremely cold during the winter. Like, I'm talking about so miserable freezing. Okay, not to be negative, but it is. It's horrible over here. So I think the Megabus should try to rent out some space in one of these buildings so they have their customers not waiting out in the cold. Has anybody watching the chat ever taken the Megabus right here? Right outside the Javits Center, now across the street from the Hudson Yards? Hey, Connie, what's up? J49 says, Tom, is the Megabus dangerous? I wouldn't say it's dangerous. I would say it's just not my preferred method of transportation, in my opinion. Hey, DM, says Tom, the Empire State Building colors are red, white, and blue for Labor Day. It's my favorite color scheme. I absolutely love that color scheme on the Empire. Also, I like it around the holidays too. Now, we've been talking a lot on the stream about how you're having this big flight to quality in New York as it relates to commercial office space. This building right here is the brand new home to BlackRock. Yeah, that's right. So BlackRock is now one of the main tenants in this building, and this is a really, really unique Class A office tower. You can see all of these different balconies, lots of outdoor space, really tall ceiling heights too, and the lobbies are beautiful. We're standing outside 55 Hudson Yards. You can kind of see how futuristic everything looks here. It's going to be hard for some of the older buildings to compete with the likes of the Hudson Yards. There's just so much stuff here. Hey, Ken Glass says, hey Tom, great price to take it to the Jersey Shore for the Megabus. Very cool. Connie A says BlackRock is not good, question mark. I don't know, they're very controversial and I think also very misunderstood. That's sort of what I'll say about that. This place is actually pretty good. Has anybody been to Bluestone Lane? This place is not bad. I believe it's Australian. It's like a coffee shop and cafe. It's pretty good. And it's right here at the Hudson Yards. But I want to show you this, okay? This is relatively new. You could take the 7 train all the way to the last stop to the Hudson Yards. And they opened this, I don't know, what is this, like maybe 2 years old now? So relatively new. It's very clean, it's very nice. And they sort of needed to do this, right? If you're gonna build all of these office towers here, there's no shot that you're gonna get any tenants if they have to walk all the way from Pennsylvania Station or Penn Station. You gotta have some sort of a subway stop here. So here it is. This is the main 34th Street Hudson Yards station where you can get the 7 train. So the last stop on the 7 train is right here, Hudson Yards. And if you take it all the way to the other end, you can go to Flushing Main Street, which is the last stop on the 7 train in Queens, New York. And it's actually a pretty nice terminal, I like it. But this is what I was talking about, guys. Look at this, 50 Hudson Yards. Look at the lobbies. It's just like a work of art in and of itself. If you remember correctly, this time last year, well actually a little bit later in the year, I think it was January of last year, we actually ran into the lead architect and designer who designed the interiors of all the lobbies. He was standing right here, and we actually got a little impromptu live look, and he was sort of explaining his reasoning behind all of these sculptures and artwork and pieces. But look at that staircase. It's not quite a spiral staircase, but it sort of meanders and wraps around the entire lobby. It is amazing. Looks like white oak on the ceilings. You have these beautiful murals. Everything is just absolutely state-of-the-art here. And this is your view as you come out of your office. You're looking directly at the Equinox Hotel, which is a 5-star hotel here in New York. And I think room rates start at almost $1,000 a night. Has anybody stayed at the Equinox Hotel? Hey, J49, does that have to show us where to shop for clothes around there? Mark the Shark says, Larry Fink is the supreme leader of the world and controls everything with the Aladdin AI algorithm bot. Yeah, I mean, I disagree, but I don't want to get into the whole thing. It's on a Saturday, but look, BlackRock is very controversial, but I think people don't understand about custody, right? So yeah, BlackRock is a massive asset manager, and so is Vanguard, right? And so are all of these other financial firms. But it's not like it's all BlackRock's money. You know, they are some of the largest custodians for 401ks, right? So is, T. Rowe Price and State Street and the like. So it's not like, BlackRock is, it's their money. It's not. It's the client's money. It's our money, right? If you have money invested in any ETFs or mutual funds there. So I think that is just a little area where people can have a little bit of a misconception. But I do agree and I've been very outspoken about this. People who've been watching the live stream for a long time know, all the way back 2 years, I was talking about the ESG fraud. That is a fraud, okay? And I think that's sort of coming to light now. And a lot of these companies are backing off, because it is. It is. But it's Saturday, so we're not going to go into the whole diatribe. But anyway, all right, this is the vessel. Look at this. So cool. Now, I was actually here earlier today, and I got to take you guys to the other side of the vessel because they have this big sort of like outdoor grandstand set up. And I think they have a viewing party for the US Open. I'm not sure what's playing right now, because I think the US Open is over, but people were watching tennis almost all day today here. So I wonder what they're watching now. They set up all of these really cool lawn chairs. It's really beautiful, and they keep it very clean too. Hey, Brian is here. What's up? Joan K. My friend Connie, Handsome Devil, is here. Marcy M. Hey, Marcy, welcome. So everybody, this is called Backyard at Hudson Yards, presented by Wells Fargo. Speaking of fraud. All right, I'll stop. So yeah, they're, look at this. They're watching tennis. That is so cool. They're watching the US Open. How cool is that, guys? And this is all free. Now, I know New York City is very expensive, but there's always something you could do here for free. I love how they have this set up.
That forehand side hoping to break it down. That is the 43rd unforced error, 23 in this set. Jabeur is so below her usual par. Is it conceivable that Boskova could somehow
All right, let's go back out and make a right. And we will go on the other side.
And 26 of those.
Hey, Hawaii's here. What's up? Good to see you. We're touring the Hudson Yards tonight. But I think I'm going to take you guys to the Moynihan extension. So they built a multi-million-dollar extension that connects the new Moynihan train hall to the High Line. And I think we're just going to have enough time to be able to go on it tonight. I'm not too sure if they're going to close it early, but we'll check it out. Hey, Vivian Francesca is here. What's up? Hey, Vivian. Hope you're having a good Labor Day weekend so far. We are headed towards the shops at the Hudson Yards, which arguably has one of the best holiday displays right around Christmas and Hanukkah, really starting at Thanksgiving. I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of streams around here then. But this big building on the right here is actually called The Shed. And if you look at the bottom, there's actually these wheels that go in and out, which is really unique. Hey, John says evening, Tom. So John, welcome. Cynthia Avis says yes, great holiday displays. I think it rivals the Macy's windows. I actually think it's a little bit better. Look at this thing. Very cool. So these wheels, depending on like what events they have going on here, it retracts and it comes open and it closes, and you have these great views of the vessel. Again, it's called the Shed. But I'll show you this as well. Anybody here play pickleball? Right across from the Shed is this place called City Pickle. I was here earlier today and people are actually playing pickleball for free. I think they have one court set up here. So it's right outside of the SAP, L'Oreal, and Boston Consulting Group. Who here plays pickleball or has gotten caught up in that whole thing? But they have free pickleball courts right here outside the Shed at the Hudson Yards. Pretty cool. Hey, Manny Santos is here. What's up? Thanks for joining. Photos from around New York. Hopefully you're having a great Labor Day weekend so far. British Gray. What's up? Dallas. Welcome. All right, let's head on the High Line now. I think you guys are gonna like this. And I think we just made it in time. Lou 72, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Troy Atman says no pickleball. It's huge here in New York. I think it's really big in Miami, Florida as well. So we are now entering on the High Line. I think they have already closed half of it. But this is a really nice outdoor space here. Very, very nice. Hey, taxi cab, what's up? You know, I'm not too sure what they're gonna do with that office. I think there's gonna be like very, very big consolidation. And 270 Park is gonna be the brand new JP Morgan Chase headquarters. So this is the High Line. It unfortunately looks like they've already closed down that section. So we'll see how far we can walk down until they kick us out of here. But I love the High Line.
You can kind of see how the angles are.
And all along the High Line are these ultra luxury apartment complexes with amazing amenities. And if this little location looks familiar to anybody, this is where we saw that unbelievable, crazy hit and run accident right here. And the guy took off all the way down this street, running over, hitting police. It was wild. And that was all on Thanksgiving. It was right here. Anybody remember that? Hey, Martin, what's up? Good to see you. Super Sixes love that brown building. This building is nice, but I actually have a couple others to show you that you're gonna love a lot more, and I promise you that. Some of the architectural integrity of the buildings here that have been built surrounding the High Line is really incredible. Pretty much all these are new developments. This is that new extension, but unfortunately it is closed. So we'll walk as far as we can. Hey, Tatted Tara, what's up?
Not this, but Spanish.
Thanks for joining us. Wow, look at this apartment. That actually looks like a model apartment, so it's probably staged for sale. Could you imagine have your living room overlooking the Hudson Yards? Oh no, it's actually not. There's actually people in there. I think that's a little bit too close for me. I mean, they have a beautiful apartment, absolutely gorgeous, stunning. But I don't know, maybe a little bit too close to the High Line? What do you guys think? I think a little bit too close. That's what I'd say. My favorite one is this Zaha Hadid building that is so unique. Love the mural, love the painting here. Hey, TK Porsche, is Weebit public for a personal residence? I think you may get used to it, right? It comes with the territory of being in New York City, I guess.
Right.
Here's another one, all luxury rentals. I believe because of the very tough market conditions we have here in New York, a lot of developers are choosing to turn a lot of their new development into rentals. just because sales are down significantly, obviously because rates are so high. So this is 507 West Chelsea. Luxury rentals. Very cool. You can kind of see the contrast of what this area used to look like. All of these original New York buildings here, you have the very unique fire escapes, and then every other building are these just massive ultra luxury towers. But this one to the right is my absolute favorite. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Do you agree, disagree with me? But look at how unique these condominiums are. They have this really nice textured curved glass with balconies on almost every single residence, including the penthouses. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is a Zaha Hadid building, and it has similar architectural notes to 1000 Museum that's actually in downtown Miami. Is anybody familiar with that building? Very, very similar architectural integrity to 1000 Museum. It's a very, very cool piece. Yeah, Talk with Tiffany says, I like the soft curved windows. I agree. I like how it flows very nicely to the balconies. I wish it just was a little bit lighter out so you could see. I'm not too sure how it's showing up on the stream, but I think as we head down, you'll be able to see a little bit better. But this is cool. You can see the balconies right here. Hey, Eddie H, what's up? And look at that, wow. So right from your apartment, you have an unobstructed view of the Empire State Building. Look at that. Can you imagine that? Imagine standing out on your balcony right here, and boom, that's your view. That's fantastic. And you have direct access to the High Line too. As we walk down a little bit more and get some distance away from the building, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Here, I'll turn around. Look at that. It kind of looks like a spaceship, actually. Look at that. Very cool. Mark the Shark says, I want the top one. Hey, Aisha Unscripted says, greetings, welcome. TD Perel says, amazing area of the city. It really is. I'm going to try to get you guys in this building. I'm not sure if they have any units for sale. I believe Steve Gold at one point had a unit or a residence in here. Our team actually does a lot of business with his team, Steve Gold's team. The team I'm on is the Kirsten Jordan team at Douglas Elliman. Steve runs one of the biggest and most successful teams at Corcoran. So we have a lot of buyers and sellers interchanging. This is a pretty good view of the street right here. Hey, the 79FH says nautical vibes for sure. Now, if you love nautical vibes, I have the building for you, my friend. I want you to look up Olympia Dumbo in Brooklyn, New York. You can just type in Olympia Dumbo, look at some of the videos and pictures, or if you click one of the links in the description here, I think I have some video of that building. Now, Olympia Dumbo is actually designed with nautical notes in mind. The building, the curvature of the facade is meant to resemble a sailboat, right, on a sail. I don't want to give too much away, but the only thing I could say is if you like the nautical notes and the undertones of buildings, that is the building for you 100%. Hey, CW says, Tom, is there a name for the path you were walking along? Yes, this is called the High Line. the High Line, and it'll go all the way. This is a pretty good view of the street. This will go all the way to the Chelsea Market. It actually looks like we're gonna get pretty far. I'm glad we came up here. Hey, Lori's here, what's up? Good to see you. Alfredo's High Line seems nice. High Line is very nice. Yeah, CW, you've got to. If you're gonna visit New York, I think this is definitely a place you'd like to visit. Yeah, the 79 Olympia Dumbo arguably has some of the best views in the entire city because it's on the Dumbo Brooklyn side and you're looking to Manhattan. So you could see the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge. You see the World Trade Center, all of Lower Manhattan. It's a really, really cool building. Here's some other cool new developments right along the High Line. You can see right into people's living rooms here. They're watching TV. Very cool. All right, let's head down at the next exit. Whoa, look at this one. Guys, check this out. This is another brand new development. Almost every single unit here has balconies. And to the right, you can see the spire of the Empire State Building. But if you look to the left, you can see all of the Hudson Yards and the Edge. Those are stunning views. Those are pretty unique as well. But I think if you're going to live on the High Line, I think a balcony is best. I don't know, thoughts on that? If you were going to live at or above the High Line, it's actually perfect timing because they're closing. You think you need a balcony? I think you need a balcony. We'll head down here. So it must be around 10 o'clock at night because I think that's when they close during the summer. The winter, I believe they close a little bit earlier. And here we are, right back in action on the streets of New York City. Love the High Line. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We haven't been up to the High Line in a long time. I'm glad we came down this way. All right, let's see where we are, guys. This is West 23rd Street and 10th Avenue. Wow, 23rd Street. I actually have a couple listings on 23rd Street, but way down there by the Flatiron Building. And this is perfect placement because I think we're going to go to the Village today anyway. Hey, Marcy M says that was great. Thank you for taking us up there tonight. Yeah, I'm glad we went up there as well. You know, and we got to do it. We got to do it now because it's already September and you can really only enjoy the High Line during the summer, the fall, and the spring as well. But New York City springs are kind of cold as well, so winter, it's kind of like a no-go zone up there. It's too windy, it's too cold. Look at the architecture of these buildings. These are gorgeous too. These are really nice. Now when we get to the Village, you're going to see some of the original townhouses. Those are stunning, really stunning down there. Alfredo Ruiz says, do people get weirded out with you filming? I don't even think about it. I don't care. Daryl says, have a safe Labor Day. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good Labor Day as well. Yeah, Shell says, so the winter, you can snowmobile on it. I think they close at 6 o'clock in the winter. Alley Stars is currently 84% humidity? No way. In New York City? I don't think so. It actually feels kind of nice out. It's cool. Now this whole week in New York is supposed to be in the 90s, which is wild. That's kind of the weather that we have in August. I think almost every single day next week is going to be in the 90s. I know, Meld's like, in New York, who's going to be weirded out by filming? The stuff that I've seen, I think, actually I don't want to do it because it's kind of off track of what we talk about on the stream. Kind of not really though. The stuff that I've seen in New York over the years, I mean, some of the stuff, if I told you, you just wouldn't even believe it. That's how like ridiculous some of the things I've seen here are. And it kind of makes you desensitized to weirdness because you're like, oh, that's normal. But that's New York for you. Okay, 9th Avenue. Now, as we head further in to the city, we'll be able to see some really nice views of the World Trade Center. Not quite yet. Soon, not quite yet. Sunshine after rain, as I could only imagine. Now, the weirdest stuff I've seen, it's Saturday, so I won't go into specifics, but I could tell you some minor details. The most strange and bizarre things that I've ever seen in this city was when I was a teenager. You know, I had a teenage job for a rental car service. It was called Enterprise. It was on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, on West 83rd Street between Amsterdam and Columbus. And let's just say people leave very strange things in their vehicles. Let's just say that. Yeah, it's so strange that it's almost awkward calling the customer back and say, hey, you just dropped the car off and you left this in the car. I think you got to come back and get that. I mean, you know, working at a rental car place in Manhattan, in New York City, people from all over the world renting stuff, leaving stuff in the car, in the trunk, my God. Just use your imagination and the answer is yes, that was left in the car. Whatever you're thinking, whatever crazy outlandish thing you're thinking, the answer is yes. I've seen that. Whoa, look at this building. Now this is cool. So this is East 23rd Street. Look at all these beautiful original buildings that have been here almost 100 years. But every other building you'll kind of see these new developments. This one I don't really think fits well with the neighborhood. Not to be negative, but do you guys agree with that or disagree? I think I like this classic style a little bit better. I think this just sticks out a little bit too much. Ceiling heights are nice. I mean, the views are probably great, but I don't know. Sometimes buildings can stick out too much, like a sore thumb. But wow, beautiful stranger says, I used to work for Enterprise Corporate in St. Louis, Missouri for 13 years. So you've probably heard some crazy stories too. Some crazy, crazy stuff. Yeah, Marciam says, doesn't quite fit in with the others. I would agree. Another good example of where this is kind of happening also is in South Beach, Miami, Florida. Now, South Beach has the most, I would say, concentrated collection of Art Deco style buildings. Now, the unfortunate thing is some of them are almost like beyond repair. So you're having developers come in, purchasing the buildings and tearing them down and building new developments. And they really stick out. I think South Beach, they should preserve the Art Deco style. Some of them do, but some of the others kind of awkward looking. And we've toured this on the stream before, but I think some developers do a good job of getting it right, and others, I don't know, not so much. Yeah, Marcus says, I think it's nice. Could be worse. Yeah, I mean, everybody has a different preference, for sure. Now we're at 8th Avenue. So I want you guys to notice, once we start to hit 8th, the pedestrian traffic is going to pick up a lot, right? I would say after 9 o'clock at night in the city, the further east you go and the further west you go, the pedestrian traffic really, really thins out a lot. But once we get to the Village, I think it's going to be pretty packed. If you guys remember last night's live stream, we were at Sutton Place, which is on the Upper East Side, which is a gorgeous neighborhood. Connie says, Tom, what's your favorite street food? I would have to say halal food. And my favorite spot to get it is this place called Adele's Famous, which is adjacent to Radio City Music Hall in 30 Rockefeller Center. That place is fantastic, but the lines are crazy. Especially in the summer, it's not uncommon that there's a 2-hour line for it. So that's what I'd say. I really enjoy halal food. I don't eat it as much anymore, just because it's not like the healthiest option, but it is very delicious. I don't know, what about you guys? If you had to say your favorite New York City street food, what would it be? I think mine's halal. I think that's like a solid answer on that. Look at this, the trailer park. It's like a little bit of a dive bar here. Interesting. You know, this vibe with all the lights and all the flamingos and all that stuff up reminds me of Jimmy Buffett. And I just heard the news today. Jimmy Buffett passed away on September 1st. I just heard the news today. It was so unfortunate, man, because he is such, if you listen to any Jimmy Buffett song, it doesn't matter if you like country music, it doesn't matter what kind of genre you like, it just automatically puts a smile on your face. And he was such a good guy. He died way, way too young. It's sad. It sucks. Yeah, Justin says they'd better pour one out for Jimmy Buffett. Who here is a Jimmy Buffett fan? Any Buffett fans here? Hey, Tom H. Says, hey, Tom, when do you start your trips from Florida again? Or when am I going to be there? Whew, well, that's a good question. We should be ramping up our time in Florida the closer we get to winter, and depending on if we can close this deal in Sarasota. I'm working on it. We're working on it. It's just I've been pulled into a lot of stuff in New York, so I've been spending a lot more time here. But trust me, I want to get back to Miami like anything. I really want to get back there. This is Hotel Chelsea. This building has amazing architecture here. Love it. Troy Atman says, Tom, did you ever end up going to Sarasota? I didn't end up going. I didn't have to. We did all of our meetings virtual for reasons that we won't get into on the stream. I don't want to have everybody flip out. It's just corporate politics, corporate rules, all that nonsense. So Yeah, Eddie H says Jimmy Buffett was not only a good performer, but an even better businessman. Yeah, he was a great businessman. He capitalized on that whole essence, that whole aura. He almost created, you know, that beach bum, like, relaxation lifestyle, you know, or really made it known. Now, whenever I'm in Miami and I'm riding on my Vespa, that's one of the first tunes I turn on. Turn on a little Jimmy Buffett, ride down Collins Avenue, go to Sunny Isles Beach. I mean, you can't beat that. So, I don't know, it's sad. And I don't think he was that old either. I think he was young. I think he was in his 70s, I believe. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that at all, please. But I think he was a relatively young guy, right? To me, 70 is young. In 2023, 70, you're a young guy. So, okay, 7th Avenue. This is Chelsea Papaya. I don't like this place. It's very famous, very popular, everybody likes it. Not a fan. There's also a place called Papaya Dog, which is on 72nd Street and Broadway. I also don't like that either, but a lot of people do like it. It's just really not my style. Yeah, Hawaii, so 70s is still young. I know, Marcium, 76 is, so he was 76 when he passed away. Ah, that's unfortunate. That really sucks. Ah, Connie's 72nd and Broadway is Papaya King. Ah. Well, I mean, all of those kind of like hot dog places, I'm just not a big fan of. I find them a little bit dirty. I don't know. Hey, Sarah, this is Tom. I just found your channel and love the information. The positivity. Looking forward to the live stream. Keep it up. Hey, Sarah, thank you for being here. We appreciate you right back. Yeah, we do have a lot of new people here, which I'm extremely appreciative and thankful for. I think we have about like 33,000 people now, which is wild. So for all the new people, essentially what we do, about 7 days a week, we try to start the live stream around 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Monday through Friday, we talk about the financial markets, we discuss current events going on in the city, particularly as it relates to New York City real estate and New York City, you know, political events going on here to keep the locals informed. But Saturdays, we kind of just hang out, right? Saturdays are a day off to explore newer places in the city that we very seldom get to go to during the week. That's why we went to the High Line tonight, which I liked, I enjoyed it. And then Sundays is our Markets a Look Ahead stream, where we sort of do a little bit of a preview of what's going to be coming up the week ahead on the street. Okay, this is 6th Avenue. I think we'll go over one more because I want to show you guys a couple things. Okay, we pointed this out a few streams ago, but we're actually approaching Madison Square Park. It's about 2 more blocks. We'll be right in front of Madison Square Park, but most notably, I should say more notably, we're going to be standing right outside the Flatiron Building. Now, the Flatiron Building actually was just sold at auction, and I believe, I don't know 100%, supposedly they're supposed to be doing a condominium conversion. So the Flatiron Building is either going to be condos and a hotel. So you never know. Maybe in 6-7 years you'll be able to purchase a unit in the Flatiron Building. Looking directly down 6th Avenue, you have this amazing shot of the World Trade Center that I think the spire is lit up for Labor Day. We'll cross the street, just so we don't have to wait at the light. This is the 23rd Street station. You can get the F and the M train, also the C. This week, the 1 train at Times Square, 42nd Street. I think there was about 1.8 million gallons of water. There was a massive water main break and it dumped almost 2 million gallons of water all over the tracks at 42nd Street, causing massive, major delays. Hopefully nobody got caught up in that, but anyway, if you all are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We do these streams starting at 8:30 roughly, 7 days a week. We'd love to have you here, a part of it. I love this building here. Look at this. This gives me a little bit of Soho vibes with these big cast iron facades. These are really, really heavy, my God. Now, Soho in New York has the largest collective of buildings that have cast iron facades in the entire world. Now, I'm working on a listing. If you want to look it up for yourself, it's called 74 Grand Street. I'll say that one more time, 74 Grand Street. If you go to Street Easy, type in 74 Grand, our sales team, the Kirsten Jordan team, we have one rental left. We've rented 3 units in the building. There's one left. These are gorgeous Soho style lofts. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be able to get some footage to film a property tour for you guys. But that building, listen to this, has a 36-ton, I'll say that again, a 36-ton cast iron facade. It is a condo conversion, so the outside of the building is all original. It's the original cast iron facade that the developer sort of refurbished, if you will, brought up to standard, brought up to code. But on the inside, it is absolutely a total gut renovation. They're sort of duplex style lofts, and they're just unbelievable. I don't want to give too much away because I want you guys to see this property tour that I'm going to film there, but it's an amazing, amazing space. And I think you guys are going to like it. It's gorgeous. Hey, we have viewers from Belgian. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Right here to the left is Italy, which is a famous Italian grocery store / pastry place. And we made it. This is the Flatiron Building that was just recently sold at auction. What do you guys think? Very iconic building. Cynthia, so those are not for sale. However, if somebody wanted to make an offer, we would definitely entertain it. But they are for rent. They're up for rent. It's about $24,000 a month. And it's priced very, very well for the neighborhood. So here we are, the Flatiron District in Madison Square Park. But here's a little bit of unfortunate news, team, that we've gone over once before. Look at that. This used to be an unobstructed view of one of my favorite buildings in the entire world, the Empire State Building. But unfortunately, this guy right here in front of it is a brand new development that is going to block the view of the Empire State Building from the Flatiron District, which is a little unfortunate. I guess it's good for that new development. Whoever buys a unit there are going to have ridiculous views of the Empire State Building. But unfortunately, for the residents in the community of the Flatiron District on East 23rd Street, well, your view is going to be blocked. Can't win them all. It is what it is. Hey, Connie, says Tom, how does that work if people paid for the view or something like that? Well, the developer probably has the air rights to do so. In New York, there's a process called assemblage. So I'm going to recommend a really good book for anybody who's interested in the New York City real estate development world. The book is called Billionaires Row. Okay, I'll say that one more time. The book is called Billionaires Row, and the author, who I respect immensely, and I may be actually doing some work with her soon, stay tuned, Catherine Clark. Catherine Clark is so talented. She is one of the most well-renowned real estate journalists for the Wall Street Journal. And she wrote this incredible book that details the history of Billionaires Row in New York City. And it's really an educational book. It's a fun book to read, but it's also a very educational book as it relates to how can these developers build so high. It's called assemblage, and it can take years and years and years of developers strategically purchasing air rights to stack them on top of one another so they could build as high as they want. And Billionaires Row just so happened to be the perfect place for that. So it all depends. It's a very, very convoluted, very difficult business. You know, the first building on Billionaires Row was 157. It was developed by Gary Burnett and the Extel Group, who's my personal favorite developer in the city. And it took years, decades, to assemble all those air rights to be able to have the appropriate air rights to build that high. Now, as you walk over, I think this is a pretty good shot of the Empire. Pretty good. Hey, everything in Miami. Speaking of real estate, if you're interested in real estate in New York or Miami, I think everything in Miami is a good resource for that as well. You bought the book on Audible. It's fantastic. Love that. Hey, Brendan O'Brien says air rights can be worth a fortune. Yep. Indeed they can. Okay, we are now on Madison Avenue. I want to point out one restaurant. I'll give you guys a recommendation. Now, on the corner of Madison Avenue and East 23rd Street, not only are you going to have fantastic views of the Empire State Building and One Vanderbilt, but right here is a really, really good restaurant. Really, really good. It's a Chinese place. Is it here? Yeah, it is here. The lights are just off because it's closed, obviously. But it's called Dim Sum Sam. Fantastic place. They have some really good lunch specials here. It's like $15 and you get a lot of food. 28 East 23rd Street. Very good. 10 out of 10 on this place. I think we got to double back the other way because I actually want to go to the West Village tonight. Hey, Teresa Diaz, thank you for joining. NAV407 says, hey Tom, what's up? Hey, Dan Sang says, Tom, I guess I still have to drag you to Flushing sometime. I know, I got to get out to Flushing. Dan, you watch any of the US Open, or did you go to the US Open this year? I know that's out that way, in that general vicinity, but it's good to see you. Hopefully, the last time we heard from you, you were telling us about your new position. Hopefully that doesn't have you too preoccupied. Hopefully it's going well. This is actually right around the corner from the old Credit Suisse. Obviously Credit Suisse is no more, but Park Avenue. We'll wait at the light. Hey, Charlie Richardson, welcome. What's up? Long time no see. Chuck says the Empire State Building is flickering to show a new hour. I didn't know that. Everything in Miami is selling the air rights is what keeps Cat's Delis in business. I didn't know that at all. I mean, I guess it would make sense, right? If you think about the Carnegie Deli, That place used to be fantastic. It's closed down now. They had to shut down operations because it was too expensive to operate there. Now, the saddest part about that, in my view, about the Carnegie Deli is the rent was too high. They couldn't afford to pay it, so they went out of business. But you know what's there right now? Nothing. It's vacant, and it's all run down. The building is all run down. It's a shame. It's really a shame. It's unfortunate. That place was great. Has anybody who's watching the broadcast right now ever been to Carnegie Deli? That place was fantastic. Fantastic spot. Dan Zhang says, I tend to avoid Flushing at all costs during the US Open week. I could imagine. The 7 train must be absolutely packed out there. Hey, 05s. This is Hola Amigo from Corpus Christi, Texas. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Labor Day weekend. Michael Joseph says one sandwich was like $4? No, $4? No way. That place was expensive, man. That place was wildly expensive. So was Katz, but it's worth it, I think. The portions are pretty big, so I think it's worth it. Cynthia Avis says, yes, I loved it. It was always very crowded. It was a New York icon. It was a staple of New York. So we are now on the campus of Baruch College. This is Lexington Avenue and East 23rd Street. Now this building that you see across the street with all the lights on here, this is actually a relatively new development. You have a beautiful view of the Chrysler Building in front of you, but check this out. Right here, this building is called Gramercy North. The address is 139 East 23rd Street. And every single unit in this building has its dedicated floor. Now, I actually have 2 listings in this building, unit number 2 and unit number 12. They're about 1,500 square feet. Unit number 2 has dedicated outdoor space, about 580 square feet in total of outdoor space, floor-to-ceiling glass windows, and about 1,500 square feet of livable space on the interior. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And if you want to see a tour, an exclusive property tour of that unit, all you have to do is type !23 in the chat, and the Nightbot is going to drop a link where you can check out the unit. But it's right here, full floor units, very cool, and it's right on the campus of Baruch College. It's amazing. Now on the roof, there's actually communal space. You have direct views of One Vanderbilt, and you could just see a little piece of the Chrysler Building right here at Gramercy North. Check it out if you are interested. But what I think we're going to do for the sake of time tonight, my friends, is we're going to head back to the West Village, because I really, really want to go to the Village tonight, because it's Labor Day weekend, and it's going to be busy. It's going to be fun. And that's where we're going to go. You know what? Let's actually take, let's go off the beaten path tonight. I want to take you all to a very, very, I should say, exclusive park. I think you all know what I'm talking about, but we'll just continue to walk down here. We'll pass Baruch. It's a college in the City University in New York. Rhonda Harris, what's up? Somebody says, do I have the key? I actually do have the key with me, but the internet is probably not going to be good in there, so we're going to buffer. I would like to take you guys in there live one day, though. Hey, Alex, what's up? Very quiet on these streets. I really like it. I know, Michael Joseph says there ain't much in New York City. Well, we haven't been. It's true. I would say the outer boroughs. It's hard for me to get to the outer boroughs. Yeah, Richard, you're right. Gramercy Park. It's right at the end of the block here. It is private. Now, the only way to get a key to the park is to buy a piece of real estate in and around the park. So it's not like we can go in, but it's beautiful. I love it. I see Abdullah is joining us. Hey, Abdullah. Here we are. We'll have to make a right, but you can see it. I don't think I've taken you guys over here in like a year. There's too much scaffolding. We'll cross. So this is Gramercy Park North. Yeah, $24,000 a month and you can get in the park. It's a nice park. I think Jimmy Fallon lives down here, I think. I'm not too sure, but I think he does. J49, what's up? Tom, hey, Tom from Midtown. Hey, Tom. This is the only other private park in New York City is in Sunnyside, Queens. I like Sunnyside, Queens. However, you know what my favorite neighborhood is in Queens? I'll tell you. It's Forest Hills. I just really like it. Now, if anybody's ever taken the Long Island Railroad and gotten off at the Forest Hills station, or the stop, rather, it's so cool. Just the buildings, I don't know really how to describe it. You just kind of have to go there yourself. Very unique, very cool neighborhood. I really like Forest Hills. Who agrees with me on that about Forest Hills? I love it. Whoa, look at these. These are gorgeous. All these beautiful tree-lined streets here. Oh, no way. Dan says you live in Forest Hills now? That's moving on up, man. I actually like it a little bit better than Long Island City. I know you're a big Long Island City guy. I know you love Long Island City, but Forest Hills is a great alternative. Wow, these are gorgeous. Look at those original oil lamps too. I love the white trim around the windows and the painted front doors. Those are really nice. The cast iron throughout. It's beautiful down here, Gramercy Park. Oh, did he really? Jimmy Fallon sold his triplex for $15 million here? I knew he did live here at some point. Whoa. Okay, I think I found my favorite one on the block. Look at that. The facade almost looks like this brushed white stone. I'm gonna have to come down here and shoot a standalone video because I think it's a little bit too dark to really appreciate and take in all of the architectural integrity down here. This is beautiful. Since we're here, let's actually take a little bit of a walk down. I don't know, chat, what do you guys think? Cynthia Avis says, I've been there once, not that impressed. I kind of like it. Very, very rarely I come over here. I think I like it because I've been spending too much time in and around Times Square neighborhood recently. And as you know, not a big Times Square kind of guy. Not a big fan. I like it more quiet, more quaint, more private. Kind of like this. I like it a lot. So we're on the corner of Irving Place and Gramercy Park. I'll quickly turn around just so you can see one of the main entrances. to Gramercy Park. Michael Joseph, you do, and I believe you can only get a key to the park if you're a resident of any of the buildings around it. Okay, now this is very similar to the Dakota. Who's familiar with the Dakota on 72nd Street and Central Park West? The Dakota also has these original oil lamps outside. It's really nice. This is the National Arts Club.
Well, maybe that's why.
Wow, look at that. I love these sort of bay windows. Look at that chandelier in there. Oh man, look at that. Yeah, we definitely have to come back here when it's a little bit lighter out. Look at all the moldings on this ceiling here. This is probably somebody's personal library. I love the wood paneling. A lot of people don't like that. I absolutely love the wood paneling with the stained glass windows here. It reminds me of like a Bernard Baruch, who's was one of the most successful stock market operators in history of the world. It reminds me of Jesse Livermore times. It reminds me of wow, this is really nice contrast with the tree here. Beautiful. It reminds me of the Morgan Library. Yeah, Palmetti's, that was something special. I love it down here. Somebody says, does Yoko Ono still live at the Dakota? I believe so, but I'm not 100% sure. But I believe so. This is a nice outdoor dining setup with a little wall of garbage cans here. Little garbage wall. Wow, this is such a cool cafe. Look at that. Open 24 hours. That's really nice. People dining outside. Beautiful. This is Park Avenue. We might as well go down one more. We'll go down one more. The place is packed tonight too, which is good news. And this should run us right into Union Square, 14th Street. This bar seems to be pretty packed. I think football just started. Anybody a big football fan? I'm not a big football guy. Union Square Cafe is to the left. It's a little pricey. I think it's a little bit, I think it's a tad bit overrated. I've been here before, but look at the bar. The bar is beautiful. But if you're all enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We usually go live around 7 days a week at 8:30 p.m. They do have a nice outdoor dining structure that is very well kept. You can't say the same about some of the other outdoor dining structures in New York City, but the Union Square Cafe does a really, really good job of the upkeep. We'll do one walk around just so you can see what the dining experience looks like.
Very good, yeah.
I think they have a nice setup. I'll show you the prices since we're here. I'll show you some of the menus. Let me know if, in the chat if you could make out the prices. I'm trying my best here. All right, on to the village. East 19th Street, Park Avenue. This is Oceans. This looks like a really nice place too. I haven't been. Whoa, look at the bar. That is so cool. Look at all the alcohol. They have a really nice setup there. Look at that. That is like classic, almost like speakeasy-esque New York. That is stunning in there. I love that look. They did a really nice job with that. Edwin says, I love Manhattan bars. If you like Manhattan bars, I got a recommendation for you. Whoa, look at this one. I have a recommendation. If you like bars in Manhattan that are older in style, more, not like a sports bar, check out the Campbell Bar or the Campbell Apartments at Grand Central Station. That is a bar of bars, my friend. But this one looks really nice too. I love the open concept. A lot of restaurants have been doing that now in the city. And I guess you have to enjoy it while you can, right? Because pretty soon it is going to be freezing. It's very nice ambiance in there. DC is joining us. Welcome, DC. Alex says, Tom, the ballroom at the Beekman. I haven't been. Let me take a screenshot of that, Alex. Thank you for the recommendation. Edwin says, yes, been there. Campbell Apartments. How'd you like it? Thoughts? I love that place. Hey, Colton Manning says, hey Tom, how's everybody's night been? It's been good for me. Today was my one day sort of off. I had the day off. I shot a lot of videos around the city, some interesting walking tours. Sort of just hung out, read the Investors Business Daily a little bit, got some coffee at a good coffee shop near Hudson Yards, and tomorrow it's back to work. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. I gotta be up early. I gotta go all the way to Brooklyn. I have to go to Red Hook, Brooklyn. We have an open house. If anybody wants to stop by and say hello, feel free. Feel free. So it's going to be at the Conover, 199 Conover Street in Red Hook, Brooklyn. I'll be there tomorrow from 12 to 2. If you want to stop by and just say what's up, by all means. I do have 6 scheduled showings, so it's going to be a little bit busy, but hey, if you want to stop by, eat or drink something, chill, I'm down. Feel free. Okay, we have now reached Union Square Park. We are approaching 14th Street, Union Square. And we are about to come up on the Whole Foods here in a minute. Hey, Jeff in Southern Tier, New York. Hey, Jeff. Vincent says, when are you going to visit Orlando, Florida? It's a good question, Vincent, but I will say this, and this is no disrespect. I respect all parts of the United States. I'm not a big Orlando guy. More Fort Lauderdale, I think, in my view. I'm more of a Fort Lauderdale, Miami kind of guy. Mostly Miami, Florida. With the heat and the humidity down in Florida, you gotta be near the ocean. And I don't want to move to Florida if I'm gonna be landlocked. So I think that's why I chose Miami over really any other place. So Pam says, how long will the Conover units be available? Will it go fast? Well, I mean, we'll see. That's the goal, is to make it go fast. It's about 22 units. The developer is a really, really good guy. The developer, his name is Lee. I know him. I've known him. He's a very, very talented guy. And it's a very boutique-esque, unique project. If anybody's familiar with Red Hook, it takes a very specific buyer to buy in Red Hook, Brooklyn. It's a community in and of itself. I think true native New Yorkers and people who are familiar with Red Hook will sort of know what I'm talking about. It has its own aura, its own vibe. So it's going to be a very, very specific set of buyers, which fortunately, we actually have a couple buyers lined up. I think that's why we won the project, is because we know people in that sphere, which is good. But it only has about 22 units. I've shot one property tour of Unit Garden A. You could check it out on the channel if you just, I don't know, click the link in the description. But I think the penthouses will probably go fast. I think the townhouses will probably take the longest to sell, in my view. Mainly because Red Hook, it's more like family-friendly artists, people in the entertainment industry. So rental setup it's tougher, but it can be done. It can be done. All right, so now we are walking down Broadway past East 13th Street. And I think we'll make a right as we come up to New York University, which college, I believe, is starting actually after Labor Day. Hey, Afit M says, hey man, what time will you be there in Red Hook? So I should be there starting at 12 to 2. The open house is from 12 to 2, with the majority of the appointments scheduled in the first hour. So if you'd like to stop by, I mean, by all means, I'll be there. I believe I think we're shooting like content there to put out, but I'll be around. Stop by. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I always liked this building. This is very close to the Strand Bookstore. I love the Strand. It's one of my favorite bookstores in the city. Yeah, Michael Joseph says, well, Red Hook is by the water, low-key wealthy spot. It is. It's a very connected neighborhood, very tight-knit community. It's nice. Gorgeous shot of the Empire State Building. 10 out of 10 there. Like again, like I said, it's going to take a very specific buyer. It's going to take a very, very specific buyer. TD says, Tommy, you'll make a fort. Yeah, I mean, the goal for me, what I really want to do, let me actually pop you into the Strand, because I love this place. The Strand is a great bookstore, but I mean, the goal for me long term is I want to develop my own buildings in New York City, particularly Manhattan and Miami, Florida. That's the goal. That's what I want to do. And I think, fortunately, and I'm very thankful for this, working in tech sales, right? I never really I didn't set out to say, oh, I want to go to college to, one day become an account executive and then an enterprise sales director for a tech company. That was like not even on my mind. I didn't even know what it was. I sort of fell backwards into the career. And, thankfully I did the right thing and essentially made a lot of money, but saved it and invested it. So it'll allow me to launch this career, which takes a lot of money if you want to be a developer and launch projects. You kind of got to have your own skin in the game. So we'll see. That's what I want to do. I love New York City. I'm very passionate about New York, obviously. I mean, we walk around the city every night for 2 hours. And I think I could build some interesting projects here and provide a lot of housing. So that's the goal. Unfortunately, they took everything in. It is so late at night. I wanted to show you how they have all the bookshelves out here, but it's too late. I forgot. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. So we'll see. I mean, maybe down the line, we will be doing some streams from cool development sites. That's the one thing New York City needs, is more housing. So now this building is super unique. Now this isn't condominiums, these aren't apartments. I believe this is all office space. I don't know how well it's doing though. Let's check it out, let's get the address. I believe it's 809 Broadway. Hey, Buy the Book says that's my favorite bookstore. It's probably my number 2. Number 1, and Buy the Book. If you're interested in some very unique bookstores in Manhattan, you gotta go to East Village Books. That is unmatched. East Village Books in New York City. That place is fantastic. So 809 Broadway. Let's see. So full floor. Yeah, I was right. So it's full floor office spaces, 1,700 to 3,600 square foot available. But I think they're having a hard time leasing it, last I heard. It's very unique though. It's too dark to be able to see the facade. But if you're interested, go on Google Images right now and just type in the address and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's very unique. It really sticks out from the block. But as we've been talking about, commercial office space has been very hard to fill for obvious reasons, right? So okay, we are headed further towards New York University, NYU, one of the best schools in Manhattan, along with Columbia. Hey, right on time. Hang with Mark Maham. What's up? Says, how's everybody's Labor Day weekend coming along? Mine's well. How's yours? Any big plans or anything for Monday, the big day? Beautiful architecture on this church. Stunning. Really, really stunning. I love that. This is like, what would you call this, right? Gothic? Gothic style? It's gorgeous. I love it. This is right here on Broadway and East 10th Street. Wow. Yeah, Drewski says, I love Gothic style. I do too. I believe you could also describe the Dakota as Gothic style, right? Is that correct, everybody watching? The Dakota on 72nd Street in Central Park West, would that be Gothic style? Probably, right? Hey, Vivian's is going to Aventura and Sunny Isles. Enjoy. I believe Related Properties just broke ground on like an amazing super tall in Sunny Isles Beach. I got a notification in my email box. The design is crazy. I forget the name of the building, but I think they just broke ground right there in Sunny Isles. Big fan of Sunny Isles Beach. I'd have to say my favorite building right now at Sunny Isles Beach is the Ritz-Carlton Residences. That's right as you go like Hallover Inlet. That's right as you go over from Hallover Inlet. It's right there. SK's is neo-Gothic style. Oh, German Renaissance style. This is everything in Miami. We are now very close to the campus of New York University at 8th Street. Now when we get there, we're going to make a right. We're going to go all the way through Washington Square Park, and then we're going to take a little bit of a walk around the village. Hey, Somewhat Knowledgeable Geeks, it's been a while since I've been on. It has. It's so good to see you. Hopefully you're well. So just wanted to say, hey Tom, hope all's well. Thank you for that. I'm so glad you're back. You're more than welcome to stop by anytime. It's good to see you. And happy Labor Day weekend to you. All right, speaking of architecture, this building is very cool. Waverly Place. These are kind of the Soho style lofts I was talking about. I think that's a cast iron facade. I love the fire escapes here. You can see those ceiling heights are, I mean, my God, those are probably 18-foot ceiling heights in here. That's a stunning property. Hey, Rob H. says, Tom, any chance of a bridge walk tomorrow? Possible. I think we probably will, actually. A Sunday night Brooklyn Bridge walk. That's feasible. I'm down for that. When song? So we talked about that last night. I don't think so. I think the whole BRICS thing is overblown. Many, global macro fear porn, doom and gloom pundits are saying that the formation of BRICS is going to be the end of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. I couldn't disagree more. Now, it doesn't mean I'm right? It doesn't mean I'm right. That's just my opinion. My opinion means nothing. But I stand by that opinion. Okay, we're gonna make a right on Washington Place, and this is gonna bring us right into Washington Square Park. But we'll do a little bit of a deeper dive on Tuesday into the whole BRICS situation. I believe China is weaker than many make them out to seem. As we pass Mercer Street here. And now we are on the campus of New York University. To the left of us is actually the business school. So the NYU Stern School of Business, where we always talk about Professor Damodaran, or Aswat Damodaran, who is the Dean of Valuation. Now, he has two main courses here that are very famous. They're world famous classes that he teaches. One of them is called Securities Analysis. The second one is Corporate Finance. And it's right as you make a left here on Green Street. You'll actually see the building where he teaches that course. It's been so popular. There it is, Stern School of Business. But that course has been so popular that the university, New York University, actually opened the course up for everybody online. So if you are not smart enough to get into business school at NYU, like me, I'm not smart enough to get into business school at NYU, you could just go on the website, New York University's website, and just pay, I think it's like a couple $1,000, and you can get a certificate in securities analysis and corporate finance, and it's the exact curriculum that Professor Damodaran teaches. Yeah, I think it's this way. Yeah, I think it's through Washington Square Park that way.
So it's like, I know it's like right next to Wash.
I think it's near McDougal Street, right?
It's on McDougal Street.
Oh yeah, then so it's down here, and then you're gonna make a left. You'll see it. It's like at the very end of Washington Square Park. You're gonna make a left, and then that's McDougal Street. Yeah, you're going the wrong way. All right, see you, man.
Thank you.
Take care. Anybody here familiar with the Comedy Cellar? I know where it is. I could walk there, but I don't know. All right, let's cross here, West 4th. Actually, we'll go this way. I don't want to deal with all the cars. I think they actually cleaned up the northernmost side of the park. Hey, Patriots NFL 1 says how many cobblestones streets are there in New York City? Now, I think they're called Belgian blocks. I don't even know what they're called now because I've been seeing so many conflicting things. But I originally thought they were called cobblestones. But we had a viewer who informed us that they're actually not called cobblestone, they're called Belgian block. So I'm just gonna go with what you guys say. But yeah, maybe we can do a fact check on that live. So the vast majority of the streets near Soho, we might as well go inside Washington Square Park. I probably must have done hundreds of thousands of laps around this park on my skateboard back in the day. But yeah, I don't know exactly how many Belgian block streets there are. You could find the vast majority of them near Soho, where we will actually be tomorrow for a little bit. Hey, Arsenal fan 13, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Hey, you like that, the Soho tour? I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods in the summer, but the winter is not so much. It's a little bit too dark down there, but looks like a pretty lively night in the park. Definitely brings back memories of being down here a little bit younger. Man, it smells like 420 here. No way, Hang with Mark Mom says you were a whiz at skateboarding. I'm down to skate. I still skate, but I'm a little bit more calculated with my risk. Let's just say that. I mean, all but 3-4 years ago, I was going crazy around the city, getting hit by cars on the skateboard and all that crazy stuff. But as you get older, you kind of can't be doing that stuff anymore. Beautiful night in Washington Square Park. You can see the Empire State Building just under the archway here. I think that's a really good shot. It's a really good view. DM. They are Belgian block. I wonder what the main difference is. There's a guy skateboarding there. There's some talented skaters in the park. So as we head directly down, we will finally make it to the village. I know Joseph Hardaway says ain't nothing but a number. The rapper Lil Wayne still skates as a hobby. Yeah, he does, but he's also probably worth $200 million. Medical bills are expensive, and I can't be cracking my skull on the New York City concrete like I used to do. I've taken some bad spills here in New York. Hey, Dwight R. says, Tom, I watched your Soho tour today. You should do more daytime walks so people could see the beauty of the New York City architecture. Yeah, I mean, Dwight, you're right. You know, the reason why I started filming those, and I'm going to film a lot more of them, I've been getting your feedback, and I appreciate all the feedback I've been getting. I do take the feedback to heart, and I do process it, and I try to, course correct when I can. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. So in addition to the live streams, we're still going to be doing the live streams, but maybe every day around 3 o'clock Eastern time, I will be uploading a daytime walking tour of different neighborhoods in the city, just so you can get a better grasp to see the contrast. Because unfortunately we can only stream at night. So it's one of these, I think, or maybe it was sold. I think Sirhan had the listing. So it's pretty par for the course for him to sell that pretty fast. I'm just trying to figure out which one it was. But what do you guys think? In the chat, what do you think of these townhomes here? I think they're beautiful. Ah, there it is. We were a little bit too short. So this townhome is still for sale. Sirhan has the listing. Beautiful. Maybe I'll email or text Ryan and I'll see if I can get access to this townhome, and I'll film a property tour here. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll reach out to him. We're actually working with Ryan on a couple other deals. Now the inside is totally gut renovated. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got to get you guys in here. We got to film something. We'll do something in this one. This one's gorgeous. So stay tuned. We'll get in there. I think Ryan Sirhan's a very good interlocutor. I think he speaks very well. Also, Steve Gold, I think that's probably why they're so successful, is because not only are they good storytellers, but they enunciate their words very well. And it's very easy and clear to hear them. These are cool too. Sort of like a reddish pink paint on the brick. I like it. Dan, he's on like the major listings. Or if they get a big new development, he'll sort of be involved in that. But yeah, I mean, mostly from the operations side, but the big deals, like the big listings, he's definitely super involved in.
So, and I was also fucking drunk. We met around in London.
CS says, do you need to wear a suit when you sell high-end real estate? It depends on the property, right? It's you use your best judgment. I do, right? That's pretty much just because it's sort of my style. But other, top brokers in the business, they don't. Like, for example, tomorrow, I'm going to be on site at Red Hook. Red Hook, Brooklyn, you don't wear a suit, right? You won't sell anything in Red Hook, Brooklyn if you show up wearing a suit. Let me say that. So it really depends on the neighborhood, right? So Red Hook, Greenpoint, Brooklyn, you sort of got to dress for your environment. Now, it's not you have to be like disingenuous, but you sort of dress for the occasion, you dress for the event. If I'm going to, a preview Central Park Tower, right, and I'm going to step in, Gary Burnett's building, I'm going to wear one of my best suits. But if I'm going to Red Hook, Brooklyn, it's going to be a little bit more casual, right? Because the buyer pool is a little bit more casual. People are different. This building is beautiful as well. Look at that. These look like the original windows. All right, but everybody, my battery is running a little low here. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We'll end at Taylor Swift's old apartment. And I want to sincerely wish everybody a very relaxing and fantastic Labor Day weekend. If you enjoyed the live stream, feel free to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we will be back here live tomorrow at 8:30. So thank you so much for joining. If you want to check out some of our property tours of some of our listings, you could type !Broome, BROOME, again !Broome, BROOME in the chat. Feel free to watch some of the property tours. If you need help finding a place in New York City, reach out to me. The link's in the description, and we will see you very soon. So Lady Sarita, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Cooking J49, the one and only Dan Sang, have a great weekend. Hawaii TK Porsche, AUS Fly Girl, there's always a bull market somewhere. You just need to know where to look. DM, thank you so much. Marcy M, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care and have a phenomenal Labor Day weekend. David, thank you for your very generous and kind donation, as well as Desi. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.